Open sesame!
Hello? Want to be a Munchie boy?
Munchie boy!
Munchie boys.
We're the Munchie boys, so you don't have to be.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to be? I mean, leave it to us. Leave it to the pros. Leave it to the food hoes.
We munch it, you bunch it.
And if it's crunch factor, we crunch it.
Oh, crunch sounds good.
And if it's an old cupcake, we punch it.
Whoa, Tony. That's where I draw the line. Cupcake-related violence is not cool, man.
That's true.
Just say no.
That's true. We don't want frosting on our knuckles.
No, we want frosting in our mouths, in our face, in our facial hair, in our mustachios, in our beardos.
Absolutely. And because we're weirdos. And listen to this. Listen to this. Before we even get into what we got, look what I got right now. Nutcracker. I'm drinking a beer, and I'm having a cookie.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Nutcracker by Boulevard. Winter warmer.
Oh my
man.
God.
Honestly, Sunday afternoon at 1:55, just having a beer. Something's wrong with me.
I'm having a Coke Zero sugar. Imagine that.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wait. I don't know why I said that's true.
Man. Oh my God.
What?
This might be one of my favorite munches of all time.
Whoa.
But we can't get into what that is or why that is quite yet because we're Omaha's
Omaha's wacky food podcast.
Right. We need our witty banter first before we tell them what we had and all the frustrations leading up to like what might be the best possible thing to eat on this blustery. It's not really blustery. It's more just cold.
Yeah.
Day.
Does blustery mean windy? Because it is quite windy today.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I only know the word from Winnie the Pooh.
What?
Blustery. Oh dear, it's a blustery day. It's a Piglet. It's so blustery outside. I hope Christopher Robin knows it's blustery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's good, man? I just don't remember Christopher Robin.
You don't remember Christopher Robin?
Kinda, but I haven't watched the actual thing in probably like forever.
Yeah, I mean, he was like the human, I think, that owned Winnie the Pooh as a teddy bear, but Winnie the Pooh is also like a living creature with like, pets. Not pets, but friends.
Wasn't it like he wore a shirt with no pants?
Yeah,
and that was always a joke that everybody said, like, look at that. That guy has the shirt but no pants.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But he's a cartoon character, so I feel like, you can get away with it more as a cartoon character than you can.
I'm sure there's
Hy-Vee or something,
I'm sure there's plenty of cartoons that don't have.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's like most of your cartoon ducks are the same way. They'll have a hat and a little, sailor's vest or something, but nothing down below.
King bite on the cookie. King bite on the cookie.
Gosh.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Go for it. Wow. Man. I wish you could just cram that cookie into your webcam and I could, hopefully get some cookie on the other side here. Mm-hmm. That's how it works, right?
In the future, I hope that the technology will be there. I can put the cookie through the lens and then pass it to you.
Or at least smell-o-vision where it'll grab the scent of the cookie and the chemicals on my end will kind of reconstitute what the cookie smells like so I can at least get an idea of oh man, I can smell the chocolate chips and I can smell the butter and the sugar and is that a little bit of brown sugar for that's all I know about cookies.
Or maybe it'll be like the all-new 3D printer for food brought to you by Conagra.
I'd say it's about time.
Name drop.
No, don't name drop them. They're a big evil corporation.
I know. They think they can just leave Omaha high and dry.
No, only we can leave Omaha high and dry.
I mean, they're going to ruin and they're going to destroy Jobbers Canyon, and then all of a sudden they're just gone now.
Typical.
First
And
of
of
all,
course-
they take away Jobbers Canyon, and then they took away jobs. Oh.
And left a canyon. And not a very grand one, if you ask me. What?
See, we know what we're talking about. But yeah.
Oh,
What's going
my
on?
word. Okay, what's going on? Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just I don't know. It's kind of hard to stay motivated anymore. It's as we film this, we just had Thanksgiving
Yeah.
and Black Friday, and
Oh yeah, we could do a Thanksgiving munch recap.
we can. And then also
like a quick little precursor talk or something.
by the time you listen to this, it might be Cyber Monday.
Ooh, what did you buy? What did you want to buy? What did you want to order? What are you waiting on? What's your hobby? What are you looking into? How many % off will you get? Do these vans get good gas mileage?
I will tell you this, Tony. I don't know about the gas mileage, but I went a little overboard.
Oh, on Black Friday or on those precursor sales?
Oh, I'm like the week of Black Friday, and
Yeah, because
you
now
know,
they've turned it into a whole basically a 10-day
Yeah.
block. Yeah.
I bought a bunch of synth modules. Imagine that. I know you're shocked. You're like,
gosh.
Aaron bought synth modules. What?
I mean, Aaron, you're already buying those, so I couldn't even imagine how crazy you were going with those 25% off deals and stuff.
Well, you don't really get 25% off synth modules generally.
Yeah, they're just like free shipping.
Generally, you get 10% off at most mainstream dealers, and sometimes there's some of the little offshoot ones where you can get there's companies like Primax that don't really stock modular synthesizers. They're more of a guitar pedal company.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have the big extreme 20-25% offs like that.
Ooh.
But then they don't really stock the thing, so you have to be like Jamie Obradovich and wait 6 months to get your WMD performance mixer. Name drop.
Oh my god.
But
but
even then though, 10% off, and free shipping, all is nothing to sneeze at when it comes to expensive boutique electronic devices. And but I'll tell you this: one of the companies had 25% off, and I tried to get a MOOG Decoder. Now that's a pretty expensive line item. I could probably buy one or two of your e-bikes for it.
Oh shit.
But
oh my god. Yeah.
And normally, MOOG is a higher end brand. They're not going to let you they don't want you to use the 10% off, let alone use the 25% off. But
Yeah.
it was late midnight, maybe midnight Friday night, and the code wouldn't work on the thing. So I messaged the guy in the chat thing, little chat thing pops up.
Yeah.
And at first I thought it was like a bot. It was like, hello, we'll send you an invoice for your thing. But I was like, no, wait, this is actually a real person. At midnight, on a Friday night.
Oh, you could tell it was a actual human being.
And the amount of money that I'm getting off of this decoder is insane.
That's sweet. So basically they actually approved the 25 off or what?
Yeah,
25?
so basically I'm getting $1,249.75 off of this
oh my god,
crazy limited edition recreation of a 1970s MOOG Decoder.
That's pretty
It's part of their legacy line where they recreate
Did you get a special deal, or were they willing to grant that?
They basically effectively granted the deal on the thing, which is insane. It's still a lot of money to spend on something, especially something that's going to sit in my rack and never actually be touched, and maybe used on a Munchie Boys or something.
But still, that's when you look at the discount, that's if you were going to look at a car and they're like, oh, it's $30,000. And then they're like, oh, it's 25% off. That's insane.
This will be actually the same vocoder that Jamie used on our ARC 2600 song, Swine Dining for Swine, way back when. So I finally will have my own.
Swine dining for swines. Swine dining, everything's
But so many modules, and
that's awesome.
I got to the point where my synthesizer system was basically fine. I had the right amount of modules to the right amount of space. There wasn't any empty spaces. There wasn't any gaps.
Yeah.
And then I bought a whole other row of things, and now everything has
God.
to kind of shift around. I might need to buy another case and move all those over somewhere else. Or maybe
God.
I'll just like
see if you would
I don't
start
know.
selling stuff, but like we said last time, you don't sell stuff, you buy stuff.
However, you're right, I don't know, but I did I did buy a bunch of shirts and stuff too.
Wow.
I love like the weirdo like shirt companies like
Yeah, you love your
Creepsville
shirt.
and stuff like that, and like I have so many shirts, and I think we were talking about how many shirts I have the other day, weren't we? Or am
Yeah,
imagining that?
I said my guess would be like hundreds, like more than 100 or 200, and then you were like, I have way more than that.
Yeah, I've got way more than that. I don't even know, but it's insane.
I bet you have. Do you have something like 500 to 1,000 shirts?
Well, I don't know if I'd go quite that much, but
Yeah.
maybe. And the thing is, I don't really wear most of them like that. Most of them sit in like in a bin, and they're kind of like stacked up in the other room, and like like I go through phases where like now I'm wearing my Japanese Back to the Future shirt, and it's like I'll go through phases where like that's kind of off to the side, and like any given day I might be wearing this shirt or something, but
doesn't it feel good just knowing that like if you wanted to retire now, you could basically just open a shop, and the shop is basically what you already have.
shop?
Like you could
Shop?
be like hundreds of t-shirts that are pop culture.
Shop? I mean,
You're like, no,
I don't
I
know.
want this stuff. I don't want to sell it.
I don't know about the whole shop thing, but I bought a bunch of shirts. I bought some John Waters related shirts. I bought some Vincent Price shirts, and
Oh.
and oh my gosh, and Middle of Beyond. I bought the Shining rug pattern in shorts.
Nice. Ooh, that's cool for spring.
I mean, I
Yeah.
have like the sweater and the cardigan, and
And the
all
rugs
various
right behind you.
forms of things, but they have shorts like that. So I got those and some Reanimator shirts and shorts, and I just went crazy, man. I went really crazy. I don't need all this stuff, but I got more of it.
You were hitting those discounts. Were most of those like, did they have like 10 to 25% off deals or something?
Well, I think with Middle of Beyond, it was like 30% off, and that's a darn good deal.
Yeah, I kept getting emails, of course, like, shop here, but we didn't go crazy. And it's funny because the thing we did get, me and Whitney, literally wasn't even that big of a saving. So it was a Black Friday like savings, but it was only $40 off. We got for the new place, since we're gonna make it more concise, we got the Bose sound bar with the sub. Yeah, so because right now we have like my receiver hooked up with the two big speakers like on the stands on the side, but at the new place there's not really room for that, and the TV's going to go above the fireplace, so we figured we'll put the sound bar up there. The sub is wireless, so we'll be able to like hide it behind a chair.
Hide that sub, and subs are like, it doesn't matter where they go because like you
They're
don't
just
really
subs, yeah.
perceive low frequencies as directional, so it's like it doesn't have to be anywhere.
Yeah,
It's just nice.
exactly.
Yeah, let's see. I'll name some of the shirts that I got here. Let's see. There's a EC Comics skull logo white T-shirt, John Waters portrait shirt. So this one's like a really nice button-up shirt with like pictures of John Waters and like and stuff. And
Sweet.
let's see, Vincent Price Red Death shirt, Vincent Price Bat Attack shirt. Oh my gosh, I'm really looking forward to my Vincent Price shirts. I can wear
Those are
those
gonna
on
be rare.
stage or. Let's see. I got some John Waters pins. I got a shirt with a picture of John Waters that says Cult Leader. My Pink Flamingos Divine shirt. I got a lot of John Waters shirts. I should probably stop buying John Waters shirts.
I bet you're the only person in Omaha with a John Waters shirt.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm definitely the only person in Omaha with a John Waters related themed bathroom
Oh yeah, that's true.
that I know of.
That's a good point.
Certainly the only one that actually has pink flamingos from his ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely like a unique addition you added.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
So-
I'm looking at this. Okay, this is regular price. It's funny, I actually clicked on one of the Black Friday or the Cyber Monday things to see what a good deal it was. 10 to 15% off. Okay. That's kind of like okay, but that's not, to me, that's not worthy of like impulse buying. To me, I need at least 25% off to impulse buy.
That's a good impulse buy price, Gosh, yeah. So, and don't you hate it when you you just buy something and then there's a sale and then it's like, oh man, I could have got it. Or like imagine this. Imagine if you bought something from one of these companies Thursday, you know, for like 10% off, and then like Friday it was 25% off, and then Monday it's like 35% off or something, and you're like, what?
Okay, that leads me to a question. So, speaking of like Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday and all that, originally, like as you know, I'm into like mopeds and e-bikes now. So I got my when Juiced Bikes had a sale like a couple months ago or early October or whatever it was. The bike that I wanted that retailed at something like $31.99, it went on sale for literally $19.99. And so I was like, holy shit, like I have to get that now because that's such a low price. It was $1,000 off basically. And so I got it, and I was like, but originally my plan was to wait until Cyber Monday or Black Friday, but I just saw their deal and it's literally not even as much off as what I got it for. So I was like, sweet. Because I was going to be patient and wait, but it's not even as good of a deal as I got before. So
companies are sneaky like that. A lot of times, you know, you got to go in the supply versus demand versus the loss leader. We've got to move this item versus
that's what it is. It's always like, you know, we have a new batch of this, or we need to get rid of this batch, and we have a new model coming out, or just whatever. Yeah.
It's a synth model. The way I see it is like life is short. You know, if you want that e-bike or you want that synthesizer module and you can afford it, even if you have to eat ramen for a few days, you know, get it. You know, have the things in life that inspire you and make you want to continue living. You know, it's like, why not? If you can. I mean, don't go into like debt and like, you know, pile up credit cards and stuff just so you can like drive around on e-bikes or have like MOOG Decoders, you know. But
if you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. I
posted a picture of my studio the other day, and like this a new Facebook friend who has a theremin said like, oh, I'm not gonna post pictures of my stuff anymore because look at how much stuff you have. And it's like, dude, this is like literally like 30 years of me like buying and building on and adding to my stuff. Yeah, none of this happens overnight, you know. It's just like, you know.
Yeah, and you have to. What people don't get about you is that like it's not like basically you can get that because there's a lot of stuff that you don't have to pay for because of the way that you chose to structure your life.
Yeah, like
you don't have a kid, you don't have like certain things you do, you don't go
that
out.
I know of.
You don't go out and blow money on alcohol and drugs. If you need to get that item and you know you need to eat ramen or whatever you need to do to save money, we're talking about eating the cheap ramen, the little packets of ramen. But that leads me to what I was going to ask you, which was, where did we go?
Well, I'll tell you where we didn't go. We were going to go to Naughty Buddha, and we still hopefully we'll get there soon. But you know, we were talking about going yesterday, you know, which was Small Business Saturday and would have been great, but it didn't quite work out for us to meet up and do that. And so we're like, well, we'll do it tomorrow, and that's fine. I'm like looking up on their Facebook page and stuff, and it's like, according to their Facebook page, they only have their mac and cheese on Saturday. And I was like, well, if we're going to go to like Naughty Buddha, I've got to have their mac and cheese.
I know.
Otherwise, like half the episode is me like, you know, complaining that we didn't have mac and cheese because we went on the wrong day. So
I completely get that.
So then we decided to go somewhere else. And I'm glad we did, because this is like literally the best thing to happen to me all day long. It's the only thing really that happened to me all day long. But still, it's the best thing. I can't imagine anything better happening to me, except maybe going back and getting it again.
For dinner.
I'm actually seriously considering that. But that being said, what did we do? What did we get?
Let's just say, well, of course, let's just say.
What else are we going to do?
We went to Ika-san Ramen.
Ah, Ika-san.
Part of the Ika world of ramen.
On 114 Jones Street.
Yeah, the one downtown. Alleyway entrance down in the old market. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So let me just to get it going. I got their how it all started thing pulled up, which isn't too long. Our story begins way back in 2012 when we first introduced our idea to Omaha. Back then, our owner, Jose Dionisio. Dang it! I can't. I don't know how to say that perfectly. Now I'm embarrassed. Dionisio operated a high-end fusion-style seafood restaurant called Taita. As a special treat, every Sunday he began enticing customers with his unique version of ramen. This continued on for years until Jose finally decided Omaha was ready for its first ramen-forward establishment. And there's more, but I'll just leave it at that.
Cool.
Yeah, ramen, baby, ramen.
So, anyways, we decided to do Ika-san. We both ordered online. I ordered. They had. I looked on their Facebook page, and I'm glad I did, because they had a special this weekend. And I'm going to read their Facebook post here. If you go to November 27th at 11:42 a.m. and look at this post, because there's an awesome picture. Their picture looks better than the picture that I took for that, for my meal. But what are you gonna do
for our Munchie Boy Pics?
Here we go. Taste buds need a break after a day of face stuffing? Turkey emoji. We've got the cure for those food coma blues. Introducing this week's special, the Pizzoli Tamale Ramen! Exclamation. A traditional and tender pork tamale takes a bath in a Pizzoli broth, swimming with pork chahati, char siu, whatever, cabbage, cilantro, and drizzled in spicy rojo salsa. Hit us in person or online at ikaramen.com, Pazzoli Ramen, hashtag. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I also added the fried chicken to that.
You did? Oh, you added it like is that a precursor or like is that an add-on?
That was an add-on. Like if you go to the menu thing, you can add on different things to your entree. So it wasn't like the small plate fried chicken.
Yeah.
Like if you look on their menu, it has like the Tokyo fried chicken. This was just the add-on when you. And luckily, the special was on the online order form because sometimes it's not quite.
See, they
updated.
did it right. They had it all set and ready to go. They didn't make you be like, "Oh, do you have that, or do I need to ask like in a separate note?"
However, the Chow Now ordering thing really infuriated me because Tony ordered his stuff first, and then I ordered my stuff. But then, if you go to the orders form on Chow Now, you have you order it, and then it's like, okay, now I need to connect with my Google account, my Facebook account, or start a new account via email. So I hit annoying. I hit Google assuming it was going to work, and it wouldn't let me proceed with my order until I actually authorized it, via email. And now 2 hours later, I still don't have any Gmail authorization thing. So I basically had to cancel out my order, log out, and reorder it. And order a new thing with my other email address, and I finally was able to get through. And then I'm used to buying things all day long on credit cards, and just entering the credit card on that form was a little wrong because it kept getting the year date wrong for some reason. So the plus, as you pointed out, it shows an extra location on the Chow Now thing. There's a JoJo's Diner shows up as an Ika restaurant.
Weird. That's so weird. And then the other awkward thing is it should be called Munch Now, not Chow Now.
We should start our own. Let's start our own food-based ordering app system, and we'll make it way better.
Munch Now.
We'll make millions of dollars, and then we'll get to the point where we don't care, and we'll just throw in JoJo's when it should be Ika and et cetera. Because
So let me do a little sidetrack because it's on key with what we're talking about. So I actually had a Chow Now account, and the only reason I have an account, so it wasn't as annoying for me, even though it was still annoying, because they make us use that account. But anyway, so here's my backtrack story of when I was even more annoyed, because I forgot if I told you this. I went to Oasis Falafel and Kebab. And I was going to show up, and I thought I would be able to just go in with my mask on and order and then wait and do it to takeout. But I got there and it said do not enter. And then an employee came to the door and was oh, you have to order on Chow Now, online. And so I literally on my phone had to stand outside and pull out my credit card and awkwardly balance it and type in all the info and literally start a Chow Now account and then order. It literally took me 20 minutes just to do that.
See, that's
And
where
then
I would
had to
literally,
wait, yeah.
that's where I would literally just like turn away and go somewhere else.
Yeah, I should have, but it was a thing where I was working downtown with somebody and like we had already decided on that. And like the guy that I was working with already had ordered what he wanted and stuff. And it was just like, I don't know. It was just annoying.
Because I'll be honest, if we weren't filming an episode and it wasn't like you hadn't ordered like that, this is to the point where like when I spend like a minute trying to get the stupid order to let me just consume the order, but it won't let me because I have to click the unauthorization email. That's the point where I would just like close it out and like call up somebody else and go and just pick up something else, nearby.
Yeah. And the thing
I'm glad I didn't because like, this was like again, this munch was so incredible. And it's just like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this munch, man. This was great. This was delicious.
Random review. Had steamed buns and spicy seafood ramen. The only thing lacking was the tofu. It was a little bit bland, but cooked well. Other than that, everything was delicious. 5 stars from him.
Cool.
Anyway. Oh, so let me, you know what I did as we were talking, as I pulled up, and this is a good way to do research. I thought about everything that we ordered, everything me and Whitney ordered, and I went to the Ika-san Facebook page and I did a search of their page. And basically I pulled up every item that we ordered. You know how like they made a post about that item. So now I'm going to say what we got and I'm going to read what they did in their post. So we both got the miso ramen. And then here's their post about that. We know what cures a case of the gloomy week blues, ramen, and nothing more soothing to the soul than our miso ramen. A hefty meal at any size. This bad boy starts off with some serious tender braised pork shoulder, and it just keeps getting better from there. A sultry light pork broth bathes the roasted corn, ajitama egg, avocado, nigi, and of course hot nudes in a delicious bath. It's like a warm hug for your mind, body, and soul. Spread some love and get it in person or go online. So that was what we got. We both got the miso ramen because we knew that's kind of our go-to. It's like a surefire. Okay. And then, so before, along with that though, we got 2 precursors, which are appetizers. I always call them precursors. we got the shredded pork buns. Topped with pickled daikon and cucumbers, cilantro, and Q pie, whatever that is. But it's something good because we know how lovely they are. Oh man, those are so good.
I should have got a bun. That does sound pretty good.
I know, aren't you bummed? Because it comes with 2 as well. Like when you get them, it's 2 little sliders, basically. Like little
gosh. Well, if I actually really do go back and order this for dinner, maybe.
Oh my God, yes, get some. That'd be awesome. And then on top of that, so we hit full glutton mode. Listen to what else we got. So along with that, we also got another precursor. Guess what that was? The tuna tots. And Aaron, before I'm going to read their thing, what it says, and then I'm going to tell you what I think real quick. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I might need to get that if you go back tonight. You might have to get that too. Okay. So listen. Small plates equals big taste. Maybe you just need a snack to hold you over, or maybe you want something to get your meal started. Either way, our tuna tots are one menu item that seriously cannot be outdone. Tots, quote unquote, of sticky rice are fried up crispy to rest a bed of spicy shredded tuna on, complete with a drizzling of spicy mayo and nigi. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. Try it today over at Ika Ramen. But so listen to this, Aaron. Are you ready for what this basically is? And I was like, oh my God. Remember the tuna pizza from
spicy tuna pizza?
From Tokyo Sushi?
Yeah.
It was basically that, but in little tot form.
Do you hear how my voice just got when you said that?
It's the food excitement.
Remember me, Eddie? When I killed your brother? I thought just like this.
And remember on Roger Rabbit when he starts. Oh wait, didn't somebody like start? Who was that? Roger Rabbit or whatever? When they start,
that was
like,
Roger Rabbit. Yeah,
like getting smaller, like melting, and then the voice gets higher and higher and higher. That's awesome. I love that.
I'm looking at that picture right now on Facebook. It looks so good.
Yeah, and so seriously, if you try that, you're gonna love it because it literally is like the spicy tuna pizza, but like as tots. Like,
yeah, because when you look at the menu description, I mean, it sounds good, but it's like crispy rice cake, furikake, cakey, I don't know, spicy mayo, sweet soy. But when you look at that picture and it says, that does look pretty good. I kind of want that.
Yeah.
I kind of want that now, Tony. Make it.
You
make
need
it.
it.
Now.
You need it. You need it. You need it. That's the cartoon shake off. Whenever a character like gets smashed or like gets hit by something, they have to shake it off and go.
What's your like favorite weird like obscure moment ever in a cartoon?
So the one off the top of my head is when me and Whitney watch this together, and so we always say it now, but it's a Popeye and it's seriously weird. It's where there's termites in his house, and it's basically like this. You'll have to look it up, Popeye termites, and it's basically like a showdown between termites in the house and Popeye. And then like when he got surprised, he was like Toymites.
Wow, Toymites.
So we called him Toymites because you know his voice. And so me and Whitney will always just be like, Toymites.
The old Fleischer ones?
What is it?
Is this like the old Fleischer ones from like the 40s?
Yeah, the old one. Yep. So, and it was funny because I'll say my most awkward moment of saying that. So when Whitney was signing all the paperwork for the house, like there was something about termite inspection. And then I literally just go, Toymites.
Toymite.
And then I was like, sorry.
Well, there's a Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's like a Wild West, like a gold prospector or something. And there was like a bandit kind of guy, right? That's kind of fights him like that. I think this is the cartoon where it's from, but there's a scene where he like drinks something in a saloon. And like as he drinks it, like his throat kind of makes this like little bubble sound. It's like, it's like the weirdest thing, but for some reason, like that stupid little moment like stands out as like the most hilarious, like ridiculous weird thing. I think it was a Bugs Bunny cartoon, and that's probably just like like Mel Blanc, like like just making up some kind of weird sound. It's like probably on the script said like makes gulping sounds or something. It's like,
and it's not Daffy Duck, right?
It might be.
Okay, because I just pulled up Saloon and it's like they're making this poisonous drink. I'm looking right now on this one to see if he's drinking. There's like this poisonous drink he made. But you just remember the bubbling of the throat when he was like,
this was like the weirdest sound. Like, why would you make that sound for a character drinking? It's awesome.
I need to, you know what? That reminds me, after I take my Munchie Boy nap today, I might seriously watch some old cartoons. Because, all the streaming services have all those super old cartoons.
Hey, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Doesn't that sound great? That sounds even more fun than that beer and cookie I just had.
But if you could combine the beer and cookie with like the old cartoons at the same time.
See, I should have waited. Why didn't I wait? Because, like, here's the thing, folks, is like we literally just had Ika Ramen. And then literally I came down to do the podcast and I brought a beer and a chocolate chip cookie. Oh, speaking of that, I was telling Aaron, here's the story. So we had a complete blackout in our neighborhood and it was pitch dark out. There was literally no light because it was the entire neighborhood. No street lights, nothing. And it's crazy because when it gets that dark, like you realize how bright the moon is. Like literally you could see the moon, like literally everything was lit up by the moon and it was like actually casting shadows and stuff. Like you could vividly see, like it was just crazy. I was like, oh yeah, the moon's actually bright when you don't have light. And then so anyway, to make a long story longer, what happened was I was like, oh, Whitney, I have production lights and big batteries that we can put on them. So we're fine. And then she was like, oh, you should let the neighbor across the street borrow one of your lights because we have two. And I was like, okay. So I took it over there and I was like, here you go. And then today when I picked it up, she gave me a bag of cookies.
Yeah, cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies. And they were seriously some of the best we've ever had. It was funny because she was like, these are really good. And I was like, ooh. And it was funny because I kind of thought it was weird that she was saying that they were good, but then they were. I was like, this is awesome. Like,
well, yeah. I love a story that ends in cookies.
I know, but I was kind of given just the backstory because like it is kind of awkward that I was just chugging a beer and eating a cookie after Ika. I mean, I guess it's still weird, but I
I'm
could
over
have
here
waited till later for the cartoons, Aaron.
I'm over here still trying to figure out which Bugs Bunny cartoon that is.
Dang it. Don't you hate that? Like when you get it in your head and you're like, I literally can't give up now. I need to know which one that is.
I mean, it might not have been Bugs. Or maybe it doesn't exist and I just made it up in my brain and yeah.
Oh, here. Let's see if I can turn this one up. Toymites.
Toymites.
Did you hear that?
Toymites.
Some of those old Popeyes are in the public domain. If it is, we can place with the audio.
I just held my headphones up to the microphone and he goes, wow, Toymites.
Oh my gosh, the title of that episode is amazing.
Insect to injury.
Insect to injury. I mean, that's hilarious.
Toymites.
Yeah, I was like, is that the actual title? Because like, I think it is, right? Yeah.
This was their 222nd theatrical cartoon. This is released by Famous Studios.
What was?
Wow.
The one you were looking for?
Yeah, on August 10th, 1956. No, Insect to Injury.
Oh, yeah. 56. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've probably seen this one because I've seen a lot of these, but I mean, this doesn't look familiar to me. I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah.
The Popeye I remember most is Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. That's just such a classic Popeye one because I think it was one where it fell into the public domain because it was on a bunch of various cartoon compilations. We had it on VHS, years before we had a VHS player. We had I think my grandparents in Indiana had a satellite TV and they had a Laserdisc player and they had a VHS. So they recorded a bunch of cartoons onto this VHS tape that we couldn't watch until we bought a VHS deck years later.
Yeah.
And that was, at first, was one of the only VHSs we had. It was this weird compilation of cartoons.
Gee, am I hungry?
Didn't you love those old VHS? When there was just ooh, the compilation of cartoons VHS.
Yeah.
I swear everybody had some of those.
And then Bluto plays Abu Hassan, and it has this theme song Abu Hassan.
Oh yeah. Now I remember.
Yeah, it's a
everybody know. I bet everybody
knows that. Everybody's seen that.
Random good review. Our experience at Ika Ramen in the old market was beyond reproach. Okay, already that's above and beyond right there.
Yeah, above reproach.
Beyond reproach. Everything was very hot when served and extremely delectable. Our server, Jameson, was absolutely amazing. He offered great conversation, not to mention his suggestions were on point. We'll definitely be revisiting just based on service. 10 out of 10. Must visit. Okay, and then random bad review.
No, boo.
1 star. Placed an online curbside pickup order for $9.45 and got the miso ramen kimchi and the gyoza dumplings. Even though the website said $9.45 for pickup, the email confirmation I received said the food would be ready at 10:15. Not knowing what time this place closed, website said midnight, something. We decided to just show up at 10:15. Found out from the very curt employee who handed us our food that it actually closed at 10 for next time. There was absolutely no need to remind us of that. My email said 10:15. I don't know. It's too long. I don't even want to read the rest of it. But basically, it was a timing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was a timing mishap.
I can see where that guy's coming from. Obviously, a website that automatically gives you your orders ready by has no idea what the current kitchen load is like. I mean, I've ordered things from Tasty Pizza's app. For some reason, they have an app, and it's you got to pick it up and there's people in line and it's obviously the app tells you one time, but it's they're a business that's trying to, take care of their orders that people that are there and people that show up like that. And
yeah, we had a good experience. It was ready when they said.
Yeah, and I understand that frustration. I do. But on the other hand, you got to, make some adjustment for the humans that are actually at the stake here. But our stuff was great. We, went right when it's, I think my order said it was ready by 11:45. Yours was 11:41. I walked in and my order was right there. I was in and out in like 10 seconds. It was great.
Yeah, it was all ready to go. It was great. Oh, so one thing I will say, having experience here, because I've gone here quite a few times. So one mistake I made, which I should have done, I had an idea after the fact, which was, so the ramen was warm, but it wasn't that nice, hot, steamy, like when at the restaurant when you get it and it's done, it just got done. And so the important thing is they have all the ingredients and then they add the broth, and that's what makes it all hot and nice so that it's fresh and good. So what I was telling Whitney, I was like, God damn it. You know what I should have done? So the broth came in 2 separate things and we added our own broth. I should have put the broth in a saucepan and brought it up to almost boiling and then poured it in. But I just added it. I added it as is. And I was like, damn it, that would have been so good. So that was my only downfall, which isn't even really a complaint, because we know that like with to-go food, it's never going to be as hot or like nice.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like, on mine, like the nudes are a little more clumped together than they normally would have been.
That's because, it came like with them already in the bottom of the bowl and then it travels. Yeah. So we knew that. Yeah.
That's just the reality of like the takeout and going downtown to pick something up, then going home and eating it. I mean, that's exactly. I'm not going to hold that against them this time, but Yeah. Gosh darn it.
But for anybody listening, if you get ramen to go, take the broth that comes with it on the side and put it in a saucepan. Raise it up. I don't think it'll hurt it to bring it up to a boil real quick, and then just pour it over and make it super hot. Yeah, or like right below boiling or something like that. Like when it's almost gonna boil. Yeah. But that would have been really good. I'm gonna do that next time.
So yeah, I mean, I've been there a few times before, but like, it's downtown, and like also getting to it right now is kind of hard because like all the streets leading to it are either closed or whatever. There's a lot of construction going on kind of, down on in that area. So, you had to basically park, and then like walk down the alley to get there, which is fine.
And I parked on if you go right now, park on the east side of the alley, like on I forgot, is that 11th right there? I think 11th Street. Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Cause the next one will be 10th, and that's the big thoroughfare of
So that's perfect.
That's a slight annoyance, but that has nothing to do with like Ika. I mean, it's so cool to like come up to like the alley, and it's like got the vines on the bricks and the little neon and the Ika-san or whatever. And
you guys will see on our pictures.
But oh my gosh,
on the sign,
my order was so delicious. I mean, I knew it was I thought it was going to be good, right?
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that heavenly incantation, the tamale.
I figured it was going to be good, and I was like, yeah, it'll be good. But it was amazing. I mean, it was so, oh my gosh. I mean, like, I'm looking at their picture again, which again looks a lot better than the picture that I had of mine. But, that's fine. The Pizzoli Tamale Ramen. I mean, like, first off, like the Pizzoli broth was so spicy and hot.
Ooh, lucky.
And it was just like, man, I could have like just drank that as a soup and like forget the rest of the stuff. And like the pork tamale was just like, I mean, it was a tamale, it's like, but it was a good tamale. I mean, I don't know how you can make a bad one really, but I mean, it was, and then they had like the extra, like, the extra pork on the side, like the chunks of pork were like, very like, very big and kind of soft and tender and like just kind of like, oh man, so good. But the spiciness of the broth was just like, was really good. Just the right amount of like to where it's like, man, this is hot, but it's not like I'm going to regret this later or like start spitting out fire like some sort of dragon, morphing into a dragon that breathes fire.
That sounds lovely. But like, so the pork tamale, was it literally just like a straight up like Mexican style tamale?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's crazy. That's nuts. And I'm guessing the corn husks were already off, right?
Yeah, there was no corn husk, but the actual like.
I was wondering. I was like, are you going to literally have to peel it off and then put it back in?
No,
or something like?
That would have probably been a different experience altogether. But but no, it was just like the soft. I mean, it was all just like it was all just the softness of the tamale and like the. Oh man, it was great. I mean, I really literally, it's like I just want another right now. I want more.
Maybe you'll get it for Dan or.
Because if this is like a special thing for this weekend only, they might not have it much later.
Yeah, it's so crazy because during COVID-19, it's like we're getting so used to takeout. Like, I can't wait till down the road, like when everything's safe again. And then like, we'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot this is what it's like to actually have the hot, fresh, lovely stuff. Like, because I literally forgot how good that is when you get the ramen fresh and stuff.
Yeah, and then in the middle of pandemic, I mean, I don't even think to get takeout from like a place like Ika-san. It's like if we were downtown and looking for somewhere to eat, it's like, oh yeah, well let's go to But so I mean, I haven't had it in several.
I know we haven't had it in a while,
7 months or something. So
it was good. Yeah, it was good. It was lovely to have it again after not having it for so long. So. But that's it. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Tell me more about your experience now.
Oh man, with the munch, of course. Yeah. So the pickup was great. The ordering was fine. It was like we said that the whatever that app was is annoying kind of to have to do, especially if you don't already have your account. Yeah, it was ready right when we went in. Yeah, I kind of miss going there, like because it is a cool, fun atmosphere, like downtown in an old building, like cool design. There's like murals and art on their walls and stuff like that, and it's just kind of a fun, lively vibe usually. But yeah, just to get reminded of the lovely food, even though it wasn't quite as good as when you go there, because like we talked about transporting it. But other than that, we were slurping it down, and slurping. And I have sriracha at home, so I was dumping it all over mine. Yeah, I
could have used some sriracha with mine, but on the other hand, mine was so hot that you wouldn't want any additional.
Yeah, you were like, it was fine the way it was. So.
I will say this though, like a good bowl of ramen is not something you really want to eat in your synthesizer studio, surrounded by like synthesizers.
Oh my god, yes, because of the splatter factor. Yeah,
there's a lot of splatter, and you gotta like you don't want to, I don't want to like get like splatter on my Studio Electronics MIDI Mini.
Yeah, well, and it's awkward splatter because the splatter that you get with ramen when you take bites is like the invisible splatter where you see like little dots flying all over, but you don't know where they went. Like at least with other things, like if you spill ketchup, you see it right there. Like you're like, oh, I need to clean that up.
I was like Dexter Morgan doing some like crime scene analysis here. It's like it looks like the guy had a bowl of spicy ramen right here. See, you see the spatter pattern here. That's what you get when you like take a chopsticks and you splatter. You splatter
see. And I swear, no matter how careful you try to be, it still like whips a couple little dots of broth around. So.
Oh yeah, the more careful you are, the worse it is. You have to just get in there like it just like basically be a big slob and like otherwise.
Oh, so I wanted to bring this up, and if we would have had more time, and we have it on Blu-ray now, but have you ever seen the movie Tampopo?
Well, I don't even know what that is.
So if you look it up, it's Tampopo. It's literally, spaghetti Western. It's literally like a ramen Western. That's like what people have called it. Tampopo, the movie. And
I'm looking at it now. 1985 comedy Western.
Yep. And it's completely awesome. It's it's a ramen movie about this lady that starts up her own ramen shop. And it's literally in the Criterion collection, but we got it on Blu-ray, but we'll have to watch it sometime. Either I can let you borrow it so I was bummed because I was telling Whitney, damn it, I wish Aaron could watch this before we do the episode, but it would have been fun to talk about, but maybe we can talk about it another time and get a different ramen.
Yeah. Oh, there's more than one ramen place in Omaha. That's a good point.
Yeah. That movie, it's seriously freaking awesome. Like it was so good that I actually bought it because I like never buy like Blu-rays or anything usually, but you got it for me as a present.
Like
Whitney
ramen,
reminded me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Whitney reminded me that I didn't buy Tampopo. I got it as a present from her.
Oh, you got it as a present. Well, that changes everything, Tony.
I know. Anyway, go back to your story.
Telling somebody, I was like, oh, I can't wait to, and I'm gonna eat some ramen later, and they're like, ramen? Are you doing all right? Assuming they were talking about like a little
pack of ramen,
a pack of ramen or something. It's like, what? What are you talking about? I mean, this is like a
That's what's weird, because I actually consider ramen kind of high end if you're talking about the good stuff. So that's what's funny, is that ramen is very symbolic of cheap food, because if you're talking about like Top Ramen, like a pack, or like one of those other brands or something like that. But then it's like, is there anything else like that where like on the high end it's actually like super fancy, but then symbolically it's considered crappy or something? I'm trying to think of.
Well, I mean, that could be said for just about anything, but like it
maybe
just seems
like liver, like chopped liver, and then like
what am I?
Then pate. I had pate.
But any kind of like organ meat though is like, is suddenly like an expensive specialty. It's like, and like a lot of like the like ethnic recipes and stuff would be based around like the various organ meat, because that was the cheap stuff that the butcher would throw out, and then suddenly it becomes like the fancy thing where it's like, oh, I gotta have the pate, I gotta do whatever. But
or like escargot, it's like, I don't want a little snail.
Yeah, but yes, I mean the idea of ramen as such a poor college kid kind of food versus like total upscale dining experiences, that is such an extreme, and it is kind of a
Yeah, completely. But here's the thing. We're Munchie boys. This is what I always say. We're Munchie boys. I can eat a pack of ramen and be happy.
So if you want traditional Japanese noodles, but don't want to spend centuries at the stove, use your noodle and try Top Ramen.
Not for a meal. I'm talking about for like extra.
Oh, right. Okay.
I just mean like, I always think almost everything is good. Like I could literally warm up. Like what I used to always do, and this is probably why I got fat, is that I would literally cook 2 packs of ramen. Listen to this. I would cook them up, boil 2 packs of ramen, put them into a pan with olive oil, put both of the flavor packs into it, add curry, like yellow curry, and then I would literally dice up hot dogs and then add it to it too, and fry up hot dogs and curry and ramen, and make an entire gigantic pan of like a hot dog, curry, and ramen mix. And I would literally eat that easily. Like,
sounds insane.
I know, but it was so good.
And like the stuff they make like the Top Ramen out of, I mean, that's not even really food.
Well, that's the thing, is I think I was like probably waking up in the middle of the night like, oh, I need water.
Right. Your body's like, what is this stuff? We can't process this. This isn't of this world.
Like somehow those seasonings and stuff sucked up every bit of water in my system. Like
I don't recall having Top Ramen in my adult life, but just the weird flavor of like those seasoning packets is like,
well, Corey, how'd it taste?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Seared into my memory bank somehow. I don't know if that's just like some kind of genetic memory or.
I think it's literally MSG. Like that is MSG.
Like I remember like just the metallic taste of trying to like open that packet with your teeth. And it's like, when have I had that? I mean,
you had to open it with your teeth. I mean, they had the perforated thing.
Well, I know, but I kind of remember doing that at one point because I kind of remember like the weird metallic taste, or like the ultra sodium MSG taste of this. I don't know. I don't know how or why I remember this, but it's in my brain somewhere.
What you'll love is that you can serve your family in 3 minutes.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me.
But yeah, so it was a good experience down there at Ika-san. I would go there again. I've gone there many times. So
go again.
So definitely. Oh, what are we?
Oh my God!
What about what's going on synth-wise in this world? I know you've been buying some stuff. Do you have something new?
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony. Since we were talking about Naughty Buddha, I had just gotten this Mutable Instruments Grids topographic drum sequence. I don't know why I'm holding this up as if I'm on camera, because really this is just like only Tony's ever going to see this Zoom thing.
Here's the thing. I did push record, so if we wanted to do the Zoom, we could, but we don't need to.
Oh, okay.
So. You're like, I would kind of like to know that. So, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, like, so Mutable Instruments, as you see here, they're really about like the kind of this, like, it's a French company, but they're like very Eastern philosophy, meditative, and they include like things like this little top toy that I've been playing with.
Nice.
So like I figured like, that's kind of like gives me like a calm, like Buddhist kind of vibe. So I created a track entirely with that, like at 1 o'clock last night.
Oh my gosh, with the intention of going to Naughty, but then we ended up going to Ika.
So we could do that, or I've got a lot of Japanese synthesizers. I mean, let's just assume. I mean, basically half the stuff in this room, if not more, came from Japan.
Nice.
So I could do like something really early in Japanese, like the Univox Mini Korg.
Yeah.
Or the MS-10 or the MS-20 or the MS-20 rack version, or like the Roland SH-101 or the Roland MKS-80. Basically any of the Roland stuff that hasn't yet been featured in a Munchie Boy.
I love how those are all Japanese, but the name is Roland.
Well, I think Roland is probably a Japanese name, isn't it? I mean, why would it not be?
Oh, it just sounded like a boring American guy's name. Oh yeah, do you know Roland?
Yeah, and I'm sure there's plenty of boring American guys with that name. But well, I don't know if, because I know like Korg, their name is Korg. It's like the K Organ Company.
Oh,
Korg.
Nice. That's
and
awesome.
K is a traditional Japanese name. In fact, Mai Tai was founded by the K family in Omaha.
Well, do you want to make a little track after the fact and we'll just dance? Or like, what do you think?
We could do that. Oh, okay. So, Rorondo Kabushiki Kayasha was what the name of the company was originally called.
Nice.
What?
Oh, Rorondo Kabushiki.
What?
Kaisha. Huh.
That's crazy.
How have you never looked up Roland's Wikipedia before?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm a fan of their synthesizers. I don't need to like find out when they were, when Ikaturo Kahashi.
Oh, are you ready for this?
What?
There would therefore stand out in trade show directories and industry listings. Kakahashi did not learn of the French epic poem, The Song of Roland, until later. Oh, wait. What am I talking about? I thought that was going to explain it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I jumped to the end thinking that was the description. The Roland name was selected for export purposes, as Kakehashi was interested in a name that was easy to pronounce for his worldwide target markets. There you go. It was perfect. What's a boring, like, American guy's name? Roland. Isn't that funny? Because that would be like if you created a synth and you purposely made it like some like crazy like Japanese name because your market was going to be Japanese. Like that'd be kind of funny.
Well, I feel like that kind of thing happens all the time.
Yeah, that's true. What am I talking about? That's kind of like band names. It's not like if we came up with a band right now, we would call it like T13 or like T1, like, when like number letter names were popular, like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Blink 182, man. Like we would like, I feel like names always, you'd very deliberately try to like reach a certain type of person. Or
I think a cool name would be like Nelvana. Remember the animation company that created all the cartoons, but like spell it kind of like use the lettering kind of like Nirvana, like that tall stretched out Times Roman kind of thing, so like people are like, wait a minute, what are you guys?
We're the Munchie Boys.
Well, I wonder,
I don't know.
So Insect to Injury is a later episode. That's probably not in the public domain, so we probably can't play any clips of it in here if this is indeed a video episode now.
Munch Boys.
But I might be able to do the Habu Hassan one.
I put the Munchie Boy. I don't know if this was right, but the Munchie Boys to Japanese from English is Mucha Kuchana Otonoko. Oh no, Otokonoko.
Otokonoko.
Mucha Kuchana Otokonoko. That's the Munchie Boys in Japanese. So that's perfect. So let's see. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to hold the thing up. Here we go.
Okay.
Perfect. The Munchie Boys. It's even funny to play the Munchie Boys. Okay, hold on. Here we go. It's like this very deliberate pronunciation. Oh my god. Anyway.
So
you'll hear it on the recording. You won't hear it on that. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make sure to make sure that's clear. So Popeye the Sailor meets Alibaba's 40 Thieves debuted in November 26th, 1937.
We're just a few days late.
And it is indeed very much in the public domain, along with Popeye the Sailor meets Sinbad the Sailor. Oh, that's a lot of sailors. And Aladdin and His Wonderful Lamp. That has the Open Says Me. Oh, wait. No. Open Says Me was the Alibaba thing, because that's how he gets into the cave. I might have a little bit of a 30s Fleischer Popeye brain.
I need to rewatch it big time.
Big time.
That's so funny. There's this somebody shared this article about, it says the headline is just, is it a good movie or did you just see it when you were 8? That's so funny.
Your Zoom kind of cut out there a little bit on that.
Oh, dang it. I was just saying it was funny because there was like a headline on some article on Reductress that said, is it a good movie or did you just see it when you were 8?
Is
like
what
basically
a good movie?
like, and I always talk about that. It was just saying in general, like it was like the basic idea of like things don't hold up, like that you thought were good movies sometimes.
Oh, right.
But then sometimes things do hold up, like E.T. E.T. holds up. You know what else holds up? Dick Tracy.
It's crazy. I have never seen Dick Tracy. I mean,
what? You would like it.
I've seen parts of it, I'm sure, because like Madonna was in it and like the makeup and everything was pretty crazy, but I don't recall ever actually watching it. Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Weren't they married?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Weird.
Something like that. But you should watch it because like it seems kind of like annoying or something, sort of like the Madonna aspect or just whatever. But honestly, it held up. It was good. I was like, yeah, Dick Tracy. I almost didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
Well, should we dance around and then you'll make a little synth action?
We could. What should I use? Should I do the MS-10? I got that from Caveman Vintage in Chinatown in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Or the Mini Quarg is fun. I mean, Dan Miller used it famously as the normal warm leatherette and TVOD. Something in that kind of style could be fun.
What do you think? Whatever you think.
It was also the lead sound in Cars, just what I needed.
Ooh,
So
yeah. Okay,
that was-
do it. That sold me. You sold me. Just do that one.
I sold you. Yeah, it was all over the first Cars album.
Should we do
Greg
a
Hawk sat
countdown and
himself
then
one.
Should we do a countdown and then we'll stare at camera while the synth plays over it? Or do you want to do some type of imagery? Unless we're going to do audio only, then it doesn't matter.
Let's just dance
we do
around
audio
and do it.
only?
I mean,
We
I
don't
guess
really
since
need
we're- I mean, I didn't realize. Whatever.
But I was already rolling. Yeah. I'm not Roland.
We'll just no, you're not. You're not a Japanese electronics musical instrument company that started in the.
We'll just dance around.
Should we just do it?
In 3,
We'll dance around.
2, 1. Hit it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was something.
I never thought I would hear a synth like that. I mean, I technically didn't actually hear it, but when I rewatch this episode, maybe I'll hear it.
Where else but Munchie Boys are you going to get a synth like that?
I don't think you can. We're considered a rare export. And we made our name accordingly to what we were going to
Only
export.
we bring you...
We named ourselves the Munchie Boys considering
Only
our
we bring you
export.
both a munch and a
a
vintage
munch,
synthesizer.
a crunch, a sizer.
You know, it's
Never mind.
not always a vintage one, but you know, and not always a synthesizer, but you know, yeah, something like that.
Well, all right. We'll see everybody next time on the episode. Until then, just keep on munching.
And remember, I'm trying out different tags for us now. We're the Munchie Boys, so you don't know. I said that at the beginning. Let's see, what's another one? Munch, is your life dependent? No. You're in good hands with all munch. How about
like a good neighbor? Munch with
Munchie.
I'm copying Conan O'Brien.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, he goes like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
Is he officially a State Farm person?
Yeah,
now? Is that
he
the deal?
he reads his ad on his podcast, but he says it all goofy.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've heard that particular ad, but
it's funny.
I have heard some of the ads that he does. It's always fun to watch this podcast and hear these people read ads.
Yeah, it's seriously.
Speaking
so
of ads,
good.
why doesn't anybody sponsor us for like our 13 to 30 listeners? You know,
Exactly. Listen, you guys, to the people listening, we need some sponsorship, which means you send us Venmo money so that we can eat.
Right. And I could say something like, "This episode is brought to you by Manscaped." You know, this is obviously not a Manscaped thing, but you know, you can imagine, right?
Like for instance, one time our friend Greg, he paid for us, and we called him a very Gregorly man.
Yeah, and we basically used that term for like 3 episodes before we realized it wasn't really a very good thing.
Anyway,
but here's the thing: that, you know, here's how words work. Just because it's already an existing word that means something doesn't mean we can't also make up that word with a completely different lineage that means something entirely different.
Yeah, and then here's
That's
another
how
thing.
language works, people.
And here's another thing: is during the holidays, during Thanksgiving, during the times of giving, and you know, during the times of it's almost Christmas, like, yeah, we just need sponsorships. I mean, you could give to other organizations, but I mean, why would you do that? You should just give
when you could give to us.
Okay, just kidding. All jokes aside, we're kind of joking, but we do take sponsorships.
Yeah,
if you ever
we're kind of joking. We wouldn't mind you joining us for a meal at your expense, though. But you know, we're not. You know, we're.
I'm joking. Anyway.
Wow, Toymites.
Munchie boys. Jazz hands.
A lot of times I'll say Munchie my boys.
Munchie my boys. I like the Munchie my boys better
because that adds like that extra little syllable.
Munchie my boys.
Munchie my boys.
Whoa, Munchie boys.
That was so funny.